The Foundation Fighting Blindness and Two Blind Brothers present Music to Our Eyes, a Foundation Fighting Blindness music series featuring Lachi and Apple to App.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our fourth edition of Music to Our Eyes. My name is Jason Menzo, and I am with the Foundation Fighting Blindness, coming to you from my home here in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm sitting in front of my big Foundation Fighting Blindness logo, and I have my favorite acoustic guitar hanging in the background behind me. And tonight is a really special night, and not just because we have two incredible guests, but also because today is September 16th, which happens to be the 50th anniversary of the Foundation Fighting Blindness. So before we get started tonight, I wanted to take a moment to thank the many people who have been fighting the fight for 5 decades now to advance treatments and cures for the many blinding conditions that affect tens of millions of people across the globe. To our founders, including the Gund family and the Berman family, to the researchers and clinicians doing the great work all across the globe, to our board and the thousands of chapter leaders, trustees, and volunteers all over the country, and of course to our dedicated staff, I just want to take a moment and say thank you. We are making tremendous progress in moving urgently to accomplish our mission. And of course, I want to thank all of you tonight who are at home and joining us for this exclusive conversation and concert with two really special people who we're going to meet here in just a moment. Tonight's show is, of course, being brought to you by the Foundation Fighting Blindness and is free of charge thanks to the generous support of our good friends at Two Blind Brothers. Be sure to check out their amazingly soft shirts and hoodies and socks and more. Got sunglasses, all sorts of really cool gear at twoblindbrothers.com. And the best news yet, all the profits from Two Blind Brothers support our mission here at the Foundation Fighting Blindness. And of course, if you would like to learn more about our work, upcoming events, or to join the local chapter, check us out at fightingblindness.org. So tonight's show will not only be an exclusive conversation with two special people, it'll also be the world premiere of their new collaboration on the song Diseducation, which will be released next month. It is my pleasure to introduce tonight's featured artists who have both got a very special connection to our mission, Lachi and Apple. Lachi is not only an incredible talent, singer, songwriter, she's also a vocal advocate for disability inclusion in music, entertainment, and corporate America, from, as she says, the green room to the boardroom. She's also a brand ambassador for the Foundation Fighting Blindness and is our very first Beacon Visually Impaired Partner, VIP. So, hey Lachi, what's up?
Hey, how are you? Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. And let's bring our second guest in. This is Apple D. App, who is a Filipino-American musician, rapper, record producer, entrepreneur, philanthropist, and of course is best known as co-founder and member of the Grammy Award-winning hip-hop group, the Black Eyed Peas. What's up, Apple? How are you?
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me. I'm totally excited to be here. And thank you for having me.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited to have both of you guys here and to hear some music and obviously learn more about this collaboration. But I want to start by hearing a little bit about what you guys have both been up to during the past year, and actually now, year and a half during the pandemic. So Lachi, let's start with you. How have you been spending your time? How have you been the last year and a half?
I've been keeping really busy since the pandemic, actually. Turning things virtual and making things sort of stay at home has been almost a godsend for someone who is already sort of a studio head at heart. But one of the major things that happened to me during the pandemic was I really decided to go gung-ho with my diversity and disability inclusion and to really start showcasing disability pride in a very public yet mainstream way. Because I just got tired of people just looking at folks with disabilities as something to be really sad about or charitable towards, but more something you want to help because you want to be part of the team, not because you feel sorry for. And so because of that, I have been putting together a coalition called RAMPed, Recording Artists and Music Professionals with Disabilities, to really start showcasing musicians with disabilities, because in the music industry, that's something that we don't see enough of. I also had a really awesome opportunity to host to host a pilot with PBS to start showcasing really awesome people who contributed to history that also happen to have a disability. So I've really been getting out here and showcasing myself as like the disability pride poster child, just to start showcasing pride and disability. And in doing that, I ended up getting the opportunity to co-chair the advocacy committee for the Recording Academy for the Grammys, because they was like, you know what, we don't have enough people with disabilities really making the shots and calling things and being on the board side of things. And they got that because I told them that. So they were like, well, then why don't you do it? And I was like, yeah, so I'm really honored with a lot of the things that I'm doing. But that's just kind of in a nutshell, just where I've been at over the last year.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And obviously from where we sit at the Foundation Fighting Blindness, we are super supportive and excited for that. And I'll come back to you in a second because I want to hear of the stories of people throughout history with disabilities who've made impact. I'll ask you in a second because I want to hear about who's your favorite and what are some of the stories you've learned. But Appa, let me shift and talk to you. So what have you been up to the last year and a half during the pandemic? What's been going on?
Well, pretty much doing a lot of virtual shows at home, all the interviews for guesting for TV shows. It's all at home now, and really, you know, we took this pandemic to really huddle with my team and to be more creative, and we recorded an album during pandemic, and we did all our videos during pandemic, and did a lot of fundraising at home too to help out some people that are in needs in Philippines, where I'm from, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You know, just doing everything at home. You know, instead of being discouraged and like being stuck, we really made it a pact to inspire people to create, you know, to create music while people at home could do TikToks and something to listen to. So yeah, pretty much just doing everything from home on what we used to do when the world was open.
Yep. No, that's sweet. And it's no doubt hearing both of you talk about what you're passionate about, it makes perfect sense why you would be great collaborators with one another, because you can just tell that you're passionate about helping humanity and doing great things to help as many people as you can. And that common thread between both of your stories and what you're passionate about is just awesome. It feeds into why we do what we do at the Foundation Fighting Blindness too. So Appa, I got to ask you, so you're on The Voice of the Philippines, the TV show. Are you like the Blake Shelton of the Philippines? Is that the story?
Yeah, I'm one of the coaches on the show The Voice. Funny, when I was approached by the company, I'm like, you know, I don't know if I could do this, you know, like I can't see the contestants and you know, after 10 feet, you know, pretty much I'm just really just listening. And they're like, well, that's why it's called The Voice. You just have to listen, you know? And, you know, I met so I could feel comfortable, I made in place like a monitor under my seat so I could like really zoom in and like, you know, see the faces of the contestants. And that made me feel comfortable. I didn't want to do it, but they were like, yo, you're the perfect candidate for it, because, you know, all you have to use is your ears. And well, you know, when they did that, they placed the monitor. It made me feel comfortable. But after a while, I stopped using it and really utilizing my ears and just like, you know, the vibe and stuff.
Dude, that's beautiful. And that actually fits so well with The Voice and the concept behind the show. So that's a really cool story. Lachi, I want to come back to you. So the PBS series that you're involved with, and you mentioned a minute ago that you've gotten an opportunity to learn about really incredible people and their stories throughout history. So what are one or two that really resonated with you as you've done this research and you've learned about them?
So I would say that someone that everyone really needs to know about is a woman named Kitty O'Neill. And she is the first, she's the first renegade, which is the name of the show, that we went sort of full-fledged in. And she is a deaf stunt woman who did her own stunts. She was also a speed racer who broke world records, including the men's records. And this is in the 60s and 70s when, frankly, you weren't even really supposed to do that. So, and she also was Wonder Woman. So she was a stunt woman for Wonder Woman. And she was deaf. And so she accomplished all of these things. I mean, breaking world records, being a high-stakes stunt woman, signed to the largest stunt agency in Hollywood at the time. And when we went through and were doing the research, one of the common threads that a lot of folks kept saying as we interviewed them about it was like, you know, it was the fact that she was deaf that made her so good at everything she was doing, because she was able to really concentrate and hone in on things that need really top-notch precision. Because if you get off just a little bit, you could potentially lose your life. But since she didn't have any of those distractions, she was able to really focus and succeed at what she did. So I really love that story because it showcases disability in the positive way that you can still live your life to the fullest and achieve really awesome things, and just use your disability as the best you can to your advantage.
Mm-hmm. It's a superpower. That's a really cool story. Hope everyone at home. So the name of the show is Renegades. It's on PBS. Is that right?
PBS.com. Yes.
PBS.com.
Check it out.
Very good. Yeah, check it out, everyone. And it's interesting. The very first of this series, Music to Our Eyes, we had the X-Ambassadors, and their hit song was Renegade. So I thought that was kind of interesting how that comes full circle. That's pretty cool. And Casey Harris, the keyboard player, co-founder of X-Ambassadors, one of the things he talked about is his challenges with being able to see recording equipment, but that ultimately it has forced him to focus, and that he views that to be almost like a superpower in his ability to write music and play the keyboard and what have you. So it's a really it's a great message that you've got, and Apple, it's a great message you've got in terms of your involvement with the voice. So I wanted to just take a moment, as you both know, the Foundation Fighting Blindness, what we do, we're the world's leading organization searching for treatments and cures for a variety of blinding conditions. And just to put it in perspective, we plan on funding over $100 million in new research commitments just in the next 5 years alone. We're also, though, the leader in education, in community engagement, in helping to advocate in terms of accessibility and diversity and inclusion for those who are affected. We have local chapters and events all over the country. And I just want to take a moment to share with everyone at home that we can only do this, not only events like tonight, but we can only do what we do as a mission through the generosity of donations from all of you. And so thank you to everyone for supporting us. If you want to learn more, go to fightingblindness.org. And let's shift gears. Let's talk a little bit about your personal connections to our mission. So Apple, maybe you talked a little bit about some of the challenges you have seeing contestants on The Voice. Maybe you can share a little bit about your personal connection to our mission and tell your story.
Well, thank you guys for all the things that you do, all the research and the advancement of, vision. Well, from doing The Voice, I got to discover a young lady named J. Ray Soul. And I brought her to the U.S. and start working on her project. And now she's singing with us. She's singing with the piece. She's touring with us, and she's developing as an artist. And now we're working on her solo album, which about to come out maybe this year or next year. So that's that's the part of me doing the voice. And recently I also started a foundation called The Apple of My Eye, because it's really, really important for me, because I myself had a difficult time going through school, growing up in Philippines. I couldn't see the board, I couldn't jot down like lectures and stuff. So that's why I started the Apple of My Eye to help prevent blindness for premature babies, and because there's only a short window, about 48 hours, to diagnose and fix the problem to prevent blindness. So we recently delivered two called retinal cameras, one in my hometown and one in Davao City in Philippines. And now we're also fundraising for a third one to deliver to another outskirts part of the Philippines, because it's so hard to travel there, and with the amount of time you have, it's impossible. So that's been our mission lately, is just delivering RetCam to prevent blindness.
That's awesome. And Apple, you if I understand correctly, do you personally have a connection with something called nystagmus? Nystagmus?
Yeah. So I was born with a rare condition called nystagmus. It's the involuntary movement of your eyeballs. They be doing their own thing and stuff. and actually, my disability, I say, became my ability. My mother discovered a foundation called Pearl S. Buck Foundation, where they support abandoned, they call us American kids, American and Asian kids, and then they get sponsors from the U.S. And you've probably seen those commercials like, send us 75 cents to a kid in a third world country. So I was in one of those programs, and in return, you get to write a thank you letter and also show proof of receipts where you spend the money, tuition fees, and you have to, show proof and show that to your sponsors. And in my letters, I was always apologizing to my adopted father, because he ended up adopting me. I was like, I'm sorry, Mr. Hudgens, for my grade on my math class, because I have this condition called nystagmus and I can't see the board, so I'm always having to play catch up and jotting down the lecture. And by telling him that story, he, I think it sparked the idea of bringing me to America to have my eyes checked by American ophthalmologists. So back in 1986, took me to Jules Stein and all the top doctors in Beverly Hills, and come to find out, I had to be under 7 years old to operate this type of condition. So it was too late. But during our break, my dad took me to like Disneyland and Universal Studios, and I'm like, oh my God, this is America. I want to stay here forever. And, so I just kind of took the courage to just ask him one day. I was like, Mr. Hudgens, can I stay in America longer, or would you adopt me? And he was like, well, son, let me talk to your mother and the Philippine government, if that's even possible. And that's
just those two things.
That's even possible. And then send me back to Philippines. And 3 years later, he processed the papers and brought me to America in 1989. And then before I was enrolled in school, he needed a babysitter. And he was best friend with Will.i.am's uncle. And so Will.i.am's uncle introduced me to Will.i.am before I was enrolled in school, to hang out with a kid with the same age, and kind of just to have someone to hang out with, because I'm like by myself in America. And they took me to East LA, and they took me to Will's house. And, you know, I remember our first interaction was like, he's like, he was looking at me like this exotic thing, you know. He's like, yo, you're from the Philippines? I've even heard of that place. And what do you do there? It's like, oh, you know, and I could barely speak English back then. I was like, oh, I go to school and I take care of water buffaloes. I go farming, and I break dance. It's like, what? You break dance? You break dance? It's like, show me some moves. So, you know, and then I had to show some moves, you know, and I just saw the latest move on a Pepsi commercial, and it's called the Running Man. And, you know, which is like you do this dance move and you run in place. And you're doing the Running Man. So I had to show him that move, and I had to show him some windmills. And he's like, oh, that's so cool, man. I break dance myself and I rap. And then, you know, we never stopped hanging out from then. We started a dance crew together. And then I remember he's like, yo, you should rap with me. I'm like, rap with you? I can barely speak English, man. He's like, bro, I see it. You got it, man. You got it. You could dance, and blah blah blah. He's like, I'm gonna put on some beats, and you know, just try to like, it's like poem. Just try to make it rhyme and try to say anything that's what's inside your head. And I'm like, oh, okay. So he put on a beat, and literally this is all I could think about. And the beat was going on like boom, boom. Abakada ega ila mananang o para sa tauaya. It's like, see, I knew it, man. You got it. What did you say? I was like, oh, the ABCs in Tagalog.
No.
And
That's
then,
funny.
you know, and then we started, you know, we formed a dance crew. We started like, you know, we started going out to like Filipino parties around Los Angeles, and then transitioned to Hollywood. And then, and then that's how we started Black Eyed Peas.
Dude, that's awesome. That's cool. Lachi, you know the Running Man, right? We can do the Running Man.
Not in this dress.
No. Yeah, not in this dress. No, that's awesome. Dude, Apple, thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, I didn't know that story. It's an amazing story. Lachi, let's hear it. So you've got a personal connection to the mission at the Foundation Fighting Blindness too. Why don't you share a little bit about your connection and your story for the audience as well?
Well, I will first say mine does not have breakdancing in it anywhere in the story. So, but yeah, I was also born legally blind. My visual impairment is called coloboma. And then I also have a recent growth of keratoconus as well. But, you know, my whole story is, it's interesting that Apple was talking about having trouble in school, because I had the same issue, not being able to see the board. One of my biggest issues was that I had trouble concentrating because I couldn't see what was going on. And so I would constantly get in trouble for that. So they'd be like, oh, she was daydreaming, or oh, she wasn't taking her notes. And I'd constantly be like, well, because I can't see. But no one would really pay attention. And then I had, you know, I would make some friends, but I just wasn't very social. So because of my vision loss, I spent a lot of time on my own, drawing, writing, singing, making up songs, and drawing comics, writing short stories. But music was like my main thing. And from there, my mother was always very encouraging of my music, but my father was like, look, if you're gonna have a visual issue and have a disability, we're gonna have to make sure that you can really have something to fall back on. So he was really heavily into trying to make me do math and like science and things to make me have a day job. But really when I went to college, music really kind of started taking off because it helped me open up. It made me be able to make friends. I started joining musical clubs. And the only reason I opened up was because of the confidence I started receiving from people going, wow, you're really good, like at music and stuff like that. So it allowed me to feel what it was like to be confident. And that opened me up to different things. And actually, music itself had me move to New York. I had asked my counselor, I was like, what should I do with my life? Because I want to move to New York and do music, but I know I should take these classes. Like, which classes should I take? And he was like, no, just move to New York. And I was like, I don't think you're supposed to tell me that. He was just like, yes, just move to New York. And then so I did. And from that point on, I ended up going to NYU. I started making a lot of different connections while I was out here. And I ended up getting that day job. But I didn't last very long because even the people at my day job were like, you shouldn't be here. You really should quit your day job. Even though people tell people all the time they shouldn't quit their day job, they were like, you should quit your day job. So I ended up moving on and getting signed to a record label after I just went down to South by Southwest. I got signed to a record label. And it was really all she wrote. I went from a one album deal with that record label to doing a few things on my own and then getting picked up by sort of a major dance management firm. And from there began to just really hook up with a bunch of folks. And now I think I'm in a really great place because my team that I have right now, and we're doing so much with music, we're doing so much in TV and film, especially as it pertains to advocacy, that I decided, like, look, for a lot of my career as a musician, I did a lot of the work myself. I did the administrative stuff. I did the bookings. I did the web design because I kept saying, I could do it better than the people that I was hiring. And I would hire someone, give them money, and then I'd be like, let me just do this myself. And then I started realizing, well, the reason I'm so good at all this stuff is because I felt like it was because of the fact that I was so driven because of my disability. Because I had this thing in my heart that was always like, I'll show them, which kind of like turned into just a determination that was just very natural. And so I kept thinking to myself, well, I'm just so good at problem solving. I'm just so good at everything. And then I was like, holy light bulb. This is a family-friendly show, right? Holy light bulb.
Holy light bulb.
I was like,
PG.
let me hire, right, exactly, PG. I was like, let me hire a bunch of people that are like me, that have that same exact skill of just being able to just do whatever, no matter what the problem is. And so my entire team now generally has some form of disability, neurodiversity, mainly blind. Like my manager is blind, my literary agent's deaf, another one of my managers has a invisible disability, another one has neurodiversity, my assistant is blind, my social media manager is blind. So our whole team is that, and a lot of people are really excited about it because they're like, wait, how are you guys doing it? I'm like, how are you not, boo-boo? It's easy now. Yeah, so that's pretty much how, that's why I just keep encouraging people to, yes, while we're trying to figure out how to live our lives, flip the script and see all of the stuff about yourself as positive. Because you can always turn it into something awesome as long as you just kind of think about it for a second.
That is, I did not know that. I did not know that
Yes.
About your team. Yeah. Applause.
Yeah. I know. Wait, you've been
sweet.
going back and forth with them all this time. Yeah, they're all blind, deaf, whatever.
But I love the philosophy, and I love what your belief
Yeah.
is behind it. And it's not just about saying it, but doing it,
Yes.
and actually building a team of superstars that have different skills and different abilities. So both of you guys are super, super incredible people. Your stories are fantastic. The living, not just saying it, right, but living it, what you believe is really, really incredible for both of you. So I know that the audience at home tonight probably would love to hear some music. So that's what you all do. So let's shift gears. Let's do some, although I could listen to you rap the ABCs again, Apple, because that was pretty money.
Actually, that was really dope. When you were saying it, I was like, okay, what he's spitting right now?
But
man.
so we're gonna hear a track from you, Apple, though. So we're gonna start, and it's like a montage of a couple different songs you put together. I love this mix. I think it's sweet. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play this song, and then we're gonna come back and we're gonna have you talk a little bit about the track and talk a little bit about what the story is behind that track. So let's go ahead now. We're gonna roll this, and then we'll be right back together in just a minute.
What's up, y'all? I go by the name Apple the App from the Black Eyed Peas. And thank you to Music to Our Eyes for letting me be a part of this. Yeah. Yep. Calling cause I miss you. Hold up, wait a minute, baby, listen. I don't wanna wait, no way. Girl, don't blame me if things change. Things are getting crazy. Show me if you're ready, ready, ready. I don't wanna FaceTime, I just don't want your waistline off for me. And I don't wanna be too proud. Pull up and come see me now. I don't wanna be second on the team. I'm winning when you around. And I don't wanna waste no time. We should be side by side. And I don't wanna be second on the team. So good to me now. What I gotta say, what I gotta do to show. Do I gotta move or take things slow? Cause I want you to work the middle, grind a little. Tell me who it's for. Baby, just touch a little, drink a little. We should just get close. Baby, just work the middle, grind a little. Tell me who it's for. I wanna know. Yeah. Yup. Yup. Ha. Bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ang aking bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ang aking bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ay Filipino, 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 Filipino. Hoy pare, pakinggan nyo ko. Eto ng tunay na Filipino. Galing sa baryo sa Pambato. Pumunta ng LA, nagtrabaho para makatulong sa nanay. Dahil sa hirap ng buhay, pero masaya pa rin ang kulay. Pag kumain, nagkakamay. Yung kane, chicken adobo. Yung balo binibenta sa kanto. Tagay mo na nga ang baso. Pare ko, inuman na tayo. Filipino, 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 Filipino. Bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ang aking bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ang aking bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be, bebo, bebo, be. Ikaw ay Filipino, 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 Filipino. Yeah, this next song is dedicated to y'all. Thank you. Music to Our Eyes. Yeah. Yeah. Yup. Come on. Yeah. People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love? Feel the weight of the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, y'all, people get colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria. Infecting the young minds faster than bacteria. Kids wanna act like what they see in the cinemas. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to the fairness and equality? Instead of spreading love, is spreading animosity. Lack of understanding leading us away from unity. That's the reason why sometimes I feel it under. That's the reason why sometimes I feel it down. It's no wonder why sometimes I feel it under. Gotta keep my faith alive, your love is found. People killing, people dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? Would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. People got me questioning. Where is the love? The love, the love. Where is the love, the love, the love, the love, Thank you. Music to our eyes. One love, y'all. Peace.
Dude, I love that track. What the audience doesn't know is that while that was just playing, I was over here busting a move in the corner of my office doing the Running Man, like tapping into my inner Apple, doing the Running Man, doing a little worm. Yeah, Apple, maybe you could tell the audience a little bit about that track that we just played.
Yeah, so I put a medley together. The first part is one of my brand new song that I just wrote recently. It's called Too Proud, and it's about love and stuff. And then it jumped into a song called Bebot. It's become a tradition for the piece for me to write a Tagalog song, or in my native language per album. So I was rapping all in Tagalog in that one. And thank you for my team for allowing me to share my culture and my language into our crew. And the last one is Where's the Love? So something we wrote when 9/11 happened, and we were just painting pictures of our surrounding and what was going on in the world. And I just did my part. So yeah, there it was. Just a little
beautiful
medley for you guys.
That's beautiful. Thank you, Apple. That was great. And seriously, I like that. It's your music and the vibe. It's always something really deep. It's not. It's always fun and energetic too. But there's always a deeper meaning and message behind your music, which I know everyone appreciates. Nachi, let's talk a little bit about your music. And I'm curious, how did you first get involved in the industry? You told us a little bit about your story about, people kept on saying, you got to quit your day job, which is funny that was the advice you kept on getting, especially even from like a counselor that's like, move, quit your day job, move. But maybe you could share a little bit about how you first decided that this is what you wanted to do for a living, and maybe some of the musical influences that you've had too.
Yeah, I think one of the really big turning points was when I was in college. I used to play the piano in the dorms, and I would play it every Saturday just on my own. And then people started coming and listening to me play on Saturdays. And then that started to really build and build and build to the point where hundreds of people would come to the dorms to watch me play the piano for a couple of hours on a Saturday night. It'll be drunken frat boys, people on dates, people will be yelling out Freebird and stuff in the background. And I started really getting high off of just the energy of live entertainment, entertaining the crowd. And then I would throw in some of my original stuff as well, and they would just love it. So that was one of the big things where I realized, look, I ain't gonna get this kind of energy being an accountant. So let me really continue to cultivate that. So that was definitely a big thing. And when I moved to New York, it was kind of all she wrote. Like, the point of moving to New York was to figure out what I was gonna do as a musician. And like luck and determination and just constantly staying on the grind, I got to meet some amazing people, my own influences and people that I look up to, I got to meet and took me under their wing. I got involved in the Recording Academy. I ended up being able to kind of wine and dine and backroom handshake with some of the folks that I would have never dreamed that I'd be able to hang and meet up with. But at the same time, it's kind of like, well, what now? What do you do with all this? And so that's one of the reasons that I started to realize, for me, it was a lot of a bigger struggle, because I felt like I had to run 3 times as hard being, a Black female that's blind. And so I'm out here trying to make sure that the next generation doesn't have to work as hard. Like, if there's a little blind girl out there that wants to do music, I want to make sure that somebody like her can have people to look up to say ooh, I want to be that, or can come and join a community of other folks that are already kind of doing what she wants to do, so that she can have a mentor. Because while I had some great mentors, they didn't have my exact situation. And so that's why I'm out here doing that. I think one of the big places that I know that I shine is in trance music, because I do all sorts of sort of a hodgepodge of genres. And trance is one of my biggest, genres that I really love to sing in. And the reason is because I get to kind of lay back and get real cerebral. Because I like to joke around and do whatever and just like, ooh, my nails. But then like when I sing trance, I get to really talk about deeper issues that are kind of toggling around in my mind. And so I was really lucky to get to do this really awesome track with Marcus Schultz. And from that point forward, I really dawdled around in the trance space. But again, like I've worked with other amazing people as well. And I don't know, sometimes after a hard day, I'll be like, man, this is annoying. This was a hard day. But like sometimes I just have to sit back and be like, you know what, but it's just I've had so many blessings. And I really need to focus on that sometimes.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. It's a great message. We're gonna hear a track right now called DNA that you recorded, and maybe you talk a little bit about that track. So you do dabble in a lot of different genres, but let's talk about this track in particular.
So DNA is originally a trance track that I did with a DJ producer named Fisherman, who I actually met through Marcus Schultz. And he and I just quickly hit it off. And what you're going to hear is just a sort of stripped down piano version of that song. But it's, again, being a trance track, I got to be real cerebral and think about, what is it that we're doing on the earth, right? Why are we here? What are we here for? And it's interesting because we constantly talk about how we're unraveling what we're about in our DNA and in the RNA, and that it's a code. And I mean, y'all know here at the foundation, it's all about the DNA. Like when you start digging and digging, you start finding the answers and why certain people say have a specific eye disease because of maybe a slight departure from a code or whatever like that. And at the end of the day, DNA is literally like an exponential, infinite Wikipedia of everything that we've gone through. And so every question that we have is answered in our DNA. And obviously I was just like laid back, one real late night staring at the stars when I thought of this, and then this song was born.
That's beautiful. Let's hear it. So ladies and gentlemen, Lachi performing the song DNA.
Woke up in this miracle, forced to choose a side, and the air is cold, and the dark and boldened, with no reason or rhyme, with no reason or rhyme, but it's all in the DNA, right there for you on display. Still we raise
Wow, that was great, Lachi. Thank you so much. And as a reminder to everyone who's watching at home, again, if you'd like to learn more about the Foundation Fighting Blindness, about our mission, upcoming events, or local chapters, you can learn more always at fightingblindness.org. And so we've got just a few minutes left. I wanted to talk a little bit about this awesome collaboration between both of you. And I'm thrilled that we were able to play a small role in connecting the two of you together, and that we're going to have this new track, Diseducation, that's going to come out of it. And there's a lot of excitement. So maybe Apple, from your perspective, like how did this all come together, and what has it been like working with Lachi? And then I'd love to hear the same from you, Lachi, how this has been for you. But Apple, how about you first?
Well, yeah, the track is it's drum and bass inspired. And, we just connected with Lachi and sent her the track, and she came back with a fire with it, I love the message, and I was like, I thought I was gonna rap on it too, but they were like, oh, you're just gonna be producing. I'm like, all right, that's cool. Lachi got the whole thing done anyway, and it's really good, and it's a great collaboration, and thank you for rocking on a crazy experimentation track that we sent you, Lachi, so thank you for that.
No, it was really, really fun. And by the way, you are still free to come through on the remix with the bars. You can totally just do the alphabet. Ain't nobody even gonna really know. Like, who's gonna know, except for the nation?
I'll do it in English this time.
Okay, you just... Nice. No, but I heard the track, and I was like actually on a plane. You know what? I was on the plane to go shoot an episode for Renegades, and I was in that headspace of like, you know what? Yo, people with disabilities are mad lit, and we put the lit in disability. So let's go ahead and show it.
Oh.
Yes, thank you. I've been working on that for like 6 months. I was like, whenever we hear songs that are about like disability and all that, it's always like, heal the world. It's always just so like sad and a little sappy. And I was like, it's 2021. We're out here really doing our thing. I want to showcase that like, hey, we can come with the fire. And also for people with disabilities to see like, oh, shoot, I don't need to really be felt sorry for. Like, I can come out, be fire, or like, put on a little dress and be sexy for Friday, or whatever, you know what I mean? Whatever makes you confident, whatever makes you feel dope. That's what I wanted this song to kind of be about. And I wanted it to be in your face. And I think it came through, and I'm really excited. It was a lot of fun working with Apple and Artec on the track, and just being able to really let that message shine through. I feel like it's just a culmination of everything I've been trying to say. So I'm really excited I got to put it to music.
That's awesome. That's cool. And if you guys need like a white guy to dance in the background on the video, I'm right here. I'm ready to roll. I can do the worm. Come on. I know you want it.
Oh my gosh, he said the worm like it's 1984.
The worm. Wow.
Come on.
I'm gonna do the truth with you.
Yeah. There we go.
Wow.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is too fun.
I can't.
So all right, let's see. I bet you everyone home was anxious to do this. So what do you say? You guys want to play the track? So ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the world premiere of the collaboration between Lachi and Apple the app. That's right. The song Diseducation. I don't know. That was weak. Here you go. Diseducation.
606.
Lachi, Apple D. Y'all like, she blind, she can't really do this. Watch. I don't need to hold you down to lift me up. I don't need to see the ground to know I'm jumping. Don't need no one else's crown to claim my cup, yeah. I don't need you. You on that no peak flow. Think I'm out here blowing you up. I'm on that next what you're made of. And when they switch up, I start acting different on them. And when my wrist up, I just let it glisten on them. No need for tripping on them, I just respect the game. While others come and go, we building a solid name. It's harder to move smarter when it's less to gain. Gotta make your own rules, go against the grain. Pressure and pain remains, it's settled in. With nothing to lose, I can only accept a win. Don't need nobody stepping in, trying to recommend. You know my world better than me, better phone a friend. Either follow my lead or set a trend. Once you go down this road, it never ends. The devil knocking at my door, better let him in. But warn him that I'm more deadly than the seven sins. We gon' diseducate him. Showing you up, we gon' diseducate him. We gon' diseducate
Killed it. Lachi, thank you. Thank you for rocking to our beat. That was fire. Love you.
Dude, that was awesome, guys. How does it feel to share that song with the world? What do you think? Lachi, how'd that feel? Yeah.
I felt really
it felt
good. I felt really good. I love it. I love it.
Apple, what do you say?
Yeah, I felt good. She smashed that, and and I can't wait. I can't wait to do some more with you, Lachi. Actually, you know.
Yeah, that's happening.
rock out on
don't,
rock-
don't,
yeah.
don't play. Don't act confused. That's happening.
I like it. Me and Artec got more tracks, and we're
it.
constantly working on music. So let's do it up, and that was
do it.
great. Thank you for blessing
do it.
that.
Look at what y'all did, Foundation Fighting Blindness. Y'all done messed up. Like, look what y'all did. Look what y'all created.
That's right. Created a monster. And I got to tell, so everyone at home, some housekeeping. So we are super proud to announce that Diseducation will be officially released next month. And it's going to coincide in October with Blindness Awareness Month. So, I mean, there's a lot of really good things in the universe all kind of lining up here, which is great. So I want to encourage everyone at home, make sure that you download the song, support these great artists, support the collaboration, and of course, support the Foundation Fighting Blindness. And I do have to ask you guys, do you know Two Blind Brothers? Are you familiar with our sponsor tonight, Brad and Brian Manning? Have you guys heard of them?
I've actually worked with them on their Shop Blind campaign.
Yeah, that's
They
right.
threw me on as an influencer. But it was a lot of fun, and I really got to dig into what they do. I think I really appreciate that concept. And the thing I think the best about it is that all of the proceeds, I mean, not like, hey, y'all, I'm gonna give a little bit and I'm gonna have a little bit for myself. No, all of the proceeds go to the research. So I think that's really,
right.
really amazing.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So Brad and Brian Manning are these two guys, the two brothers in New York, and they have a condition called Stargardt's, which affects their ability to see. And they started a clothing company, just as Lachi said, and 100% of the proceeds go to the Foundation Fighting Blindness. They had this cool experience called Shopping Blind, where you go to the website and essentially you commit to buying something that someone else buys for you. So you can't actually see what you're buying, which is the whole concept of shopping blind. And they've got amazingly soft shirts and hoodies. I'm actually wearing one of their shirts right now. And so I encourage everyone at home to check them out, twoblindbrothers.com. Brad and Brian, what's up? We'll throw it to you guys.
Thank you so much, Jason. I can't tell you how incredible this episode of Music to Our Eyes was. I mean, that collaboration song, Diseducation, that I was not expecting that to come out of this. So I am just such a pleasure to be a part of this. And one thing that Brian and I felt like it was important to mention too is that being a part of Two Blind Brothers, you know, we meet a lot of families. And the fact of the matter is, I think we are starting to see an explosion of people telling their stories around the challenge of vision loss. And it is a deep honor to have people like Lachi, like Apple, who have this experience, sharing their voice, sharing their platform in that regard, as well as the ex-ambassadors who you mentioned earlier. It is doing so much for the community. Exposure, I believe, is a way that we solve a lot of problems. And just can't thank you enough. All the best, and thank you to FFB as well.
Yeah, and Jason, you're amazing. Lachi, you're amazing. Apple, you're incredible. FFB, you're phenomenal. This has been so much fun. It has been rock and roll. I mean, Lachi, hearing you talk about TBB, you're a celebrity talking about us. I couldn't possibly be happier. So if you're out there at home right now, go stream Apple, go stream Lachi, go maybe shop blind at Two Blind Brothers. I don't know, something incredible might be coming. Holidays are coming. You know, you got to get Christmas presents. And most importantly, go to FFB because the work they do is truly incredible. Research and donate. Do what you can. Tonight has been amazing. Share this out to everybody you know. And again, to all the staff that put this together, thank you. And to everybody watching at home, hope you have a great rest of your night.
So thank you so much, guys. And really thank to both of you guys. Thank you, Lachi. You've been a real inspiration. It's been great working with you. Apple, awesome to meet you tonight. Really a lot of fun. And thank you for joining us. Thank you for all that you do to make the world a better place. And I say that sincerely. You guys both are doing a lot to improve not just your own careers, but actually those around you and all humanity. So thank you for all that you do. And again, thank you to everyone at home tonight for joining us and for supporting our mission. If you'd like to learn more, again, our website is fightingblindness.org. And please support our friends, Lachi, Apple, and of course, Two Blind Brothers. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
This has been a presentation of Music to Our Eyes, a Foundation Fighting Blindness music series.